Welcome back to Advice and Attitude, the podcast where we protect our peace, set our boundaries, and say it with our chest. Today, we're talking about something that every single one of us has dealt with: energy vampires. Not the Twilight kind, baby. I'm talking about the people who suck your joy, your peace, your motivation, and leave you feeling emotionally bankrupt. You know the type. Every time you hang out, you leave tired. Your vibe was good until they showed up. They drain you faster than an iPhone battery on 1%. Yeah, them. Let's talk about it. Energy vampires are those people who feed off your emotional energy. They love drama, they love attention, and chaos. They don't come with fangs, but they definitely bite. They bite your peace, they bite your boundaries, they bite your patience. And the worst part, they usually don't even realize they're doing it. Some of them are toxic on purpose, but others are just emotionally hungry. They haven't learned how to generate their own peace, so they keep feeding off yours. It's giving I'm healed, they're not, and now I'm the buffet. Let's break it down because there's levels to this. One, the drama feeder. They live off chaos. They can't function without a problem to fix or a person to fight. They call you every other day with the same issue, different name, same energy. You give advice, they don't listen. You set boundaries, they guilt trip you. They don't want solutions, they want attention. Number two, the guilt tripper. This one loves to make you feel bad for choosing yourself. Oh, so you're too busy for me now? I guess you don't care anymore. Baby, I do care. Just not enough to lose sleep over your emotional mess. Not enough. Three, the constant complainer. Listen, venting is fine, but some people treat venting like a personality. You can't say good morning without them turning it into, yeah, it's not that good. You ever try to hype them up and they argue with the compliment? Girl, you look good today. No, I look tired. Okay, then be tired, I guess. For the attention leech. This one is allergic to not being the main character. Every conversation somehow circles back to them. You tell them you got a new job. Suddenly, they're talking about the one they almost had in 2018. 5. The subtle hater. Oh, this one's sneaky. They don't insult you directly, they just undercut every compliment. Oh, you got a new car? Must be nice to afford that. They say it with a smile, but the energy, real dark. Here's how you know you've been around an energy vampire. You feel drained after talking to them. Your mood drops for no reason. You start doubting yourself, and you find yourself explaining your worth. When you leave the conversation mentally exhausted, but they leave feeling better, you've been around one. Because that's what they do. They transfer energy. They dump their chaos on you and walk away lighter. And the next thing you know, you're lying in bed wondering why you're irritated. And it's because someone emotionally downloaded their nonsense into your spirit. Let's be honest. Energy vampires don't come labeled. They come as friends, co-workers, family members, even relationships. They come wrapped in, I just need to talk. Can you help me real quick? And my personal favorite, you're the only one who understands me. That's emotional manipulation disguised as closeness. Because the moment you try to rest, they're like, oh, so now you're acting different? No, baby. I'm acting healthy. Here's the part they don't tell you. Protecting your peace isn't always cute. Sometimes it's blocking people, and sometimes it's saying, I can't talk right about that right now. Sometimes it's letting a call go to voicemail because your sanity is not a community project. You don't owe everyone access to you just because they're used to having it. You can't heal in the same space that drains you. And sometimes protecting your energy means disappointing people who benefit from your lack of boundaries. That's okay. You're not rude, you're reserved. Let's not forget about the 9 to 5 vampires. The coworkers who love drama more than deadlines. The manager who thrives on control. The team player who volunteers you for things you didn't even sign up for. You can't always escape them, but you can shield yourself. Keep your conversations short and neutral. Don't get pulled into gossip. And don't overshare. They use information as energy currency. At work, your peace is your professionalism. Because let's be real, sometimes you can't avoid the vampires. You just have to recover faster than they can drain you. Here's how to refill your energy tank. Take a long shower or bath. Literally wash that energy off. Sit in silence. No phone, no music, just breathe. Go outside. Sunlight recharges your spirit. Journal it out so you don't have to carry it emotionally. Or, my personal favorite, mind your business and sip your tea in peace. Not everything deserves a reaction. Some things just deserve distance. Let's go a little deeper. Energy vampires just drain you emotionally. They lower your vibration. You start feeling heavy, anxious, unmotivated. That's why it's so important to ground yourself. Clean your space, burn your sage, or light a candle. Pray, meditate, or just sit in gratitude for 5 minutes. Because when you operate at peace, people with chaos start to bounce off you naturally. They can't attach to what doesn't feed them anymore. When you elevate, you become less edible to low energy. Let's keep it real. Sometimes we can be the vampire without realizing it. If you always need to vent to, always need reassurance, or always want to be heard but never listen, check yourself. Because draining energy isn't always intentional, but it's still harmful. If you're always running on empty, it's time to refill yourself instead of draining others. Self awareness is the garlic that keeps your own toxicity, sorry, in check. Energy is your currency. Every conversation, every room, every interaction, you're either spending it or saving it. So ask yourself before you engage, does this conversation give me life or drain me? Am I sharing energy or losing it? Because peace is expensive. Stop giving discounts. Protect your vibe like it's your job. Because honestly, it is. So, to all my listeners out there who are learning to protect their energy, remember, you don't have to announce who you're cutting off. You don't have to argue about boundaries. You don't owe anyone your light just because they're living in darkness. You're allowed to disappear from drama and reappear in peace. You're allowed to outgrow draining people. You're allowed to guard your glow up like it's sacred because it is. Let the vampires find a new meal. You're done. Enough feeling. Alright, y'all. That's today's episode of Advice and Attitude. If this episode spoke to you, share it with your favorite friend who's learning to guard their peace, or that one person who needs to start recharging for emotional labor. Until next time, stay grounded, stay glowing, and keep your energy expensive. I love y'all. Bye.